Hello, my name is Tashfeen Mahmood, and I'm the Senior Manager of DevOps Engineering at HCSC.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dominica DeGrandis. I'm Principal Flow Advisor at Tasktop.
Today, we will tell you the story of how we at HCSC evolved our mindset about implementing production change during peak demand season. And for us, that's our open enrollment period. We will discuss how we went from a fear of making change in production to being hopeful about the learning that we will get from it. How we went from a place where changes were frozen to where business value started flowing to production. And how we went from being distant from our business to having shared business goals and objectives. So here's an overview of HCSC by the numbers. HCSC is Healthcare Service Corporation, but you may know us as Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we operate in 5 different states: Illinois, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, and Montana. It's funny because a lot of times when I tell people that I work at HCSC, it doesn't get a lot of reaction, but then when I tell them that it's Blue Cross Blue Shield, I get a lot of different expressions on their faces. So we're a large company. We are about 24,000 employees, and we serve 17 million members. So that's 17 million souls for whom we are the healthcare insurer. We're very proud of the fact that we are the world's most ethical companies for 5 straight years now. That's us. We're a large conservative healthcare company, and that's going to play into some of these slides coming up next. All right, so I'm going to tell you the story of our IT journey. I will talk about these milestone moments in our history in more detail in subsequent slides. At a glance, I will tell you that I'll tell you about our big IT transformation that happened in 2016. Then we will focus on the open enrollment period, which constitutes our period of peak demand. This is like Black Friday for a retail company, in that our systems get stressed more during this time. So in this regard, we will discuss our change management practices and talk about the various types of production freezes. Then I'll tell you about how a zero downtime deployment changed our perspective about learning potential completely, how it led us to start to measure product metrics and shifted our mindset to experimentation. Before 2016, we did not focus much on DevOps practices. Deployments were often done by an enterprise team, and we would email them our deployment files or sometimes put them into a drop folder, and they would pick it up from there and do the deployments manually in a lot of cases. So things were not really great, and our leadership, especially our CIO, saw the problem with that and wanted to do an IT transformation. So we set about on doing a product and DevOps transformation. In the first stage, new roles were defined and a new product-based organizational structure was created. These products were defined as collections of applications, and the roles were aligned to those products. In the second stage then, agile practices were created, modern DevOps tools were selected, and automated pipelines were created. And then we trained those practitioners who had been aligned to those product teams on those agile and DevOps practices and agile and DevOps concepts. Now that that had been done, these practitioners were given the ability to start running sprints, and they then worked in a Scrum model and started observing Agile ceremonies. And that's pretty much where we are today. We continuously improved since then. We continue to create more automation and do more process updates. As great as that transformation was, it still left some challenges. The first challenge was that our transformation was centrally driven. It was top-down, and our practitioners felt that the change was done to them rather than for them. This made it really hard for them to own up to this new model. The second part was that this was only an IT transformation. The business was not really involved in it. So our work from the business still came in through projects. We in IT would then convert it into products and do the work, and then collect it up in projects and deliver that work. This meant that we were still pretty far from our business. The third challenge was that our organization was complex and highly matrix. As you can see on the right-hand side, we have product management teams that sit in product lines, and then technical teams that are in resource pools, and together they all build a product team. That makes for a really complex and interdependent organizational model. And the teams that work within this construct then create really complex and interdependent releases.